All right, everybody's jumping back on. All right, we're recording. Let me send this over to Facebook.
Is that right? That we just see us?
Oh gosh. Michelle, that is going to be a problem. I can't stream to Facebook because I'm not linked into one person. Big difference.
Let
Why
me
would-
look, let me try real quick, and if not, I'll just post it right afterwards.
Okay, sounds good. Technology, gotta love it, gotta hate it. It's because I'm logged in under Sean's page. It's not connected to my Facebook.
Right?
I know.
Leslie, it's not doing it, so go ahead and I'll post it right after we're done.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to work either. All right. Well, welcome again. Thanks everybody for hanging in with us tonight. This is going to be good. I can't wait to hear the science behind fat burners. And of course, we have brand new daily wellness that Dr. Brett is going to just dive right into and give us all the science. And then I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to talk a little bit about how you guys can market this and what that looks like. And so, Brett, I'm going to turn it over to you. Take it away.
Right, all y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Excited to be here with you guys tonight. So, real quick, I'm going to go through some like brief science stuff. Like, I don't want to make you scientists. I just want you to know what we have our hands on. So, for those of you who were at convention or weren't at convention, you can throw this in the chat. But they said we are the what company. So throw that in chat. You guys remember what that was? That we are the something company. Let's see who's got it. I'm kind of curious to see who. Did someone type it? Activation company. Okay. So we are not competing with anybody but ourselves. So we're the activation company. So every product we look at it, we're talking about activation, right? That story of turning on the body's natural ability to do what it's designed to do, just like it did when it was younger, ideally. And so even with the fat burn that we have, it's an activation product. So let me kind of show you a little bit what I mean by that. And that's really the foundation of everything we're looking at doing. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to highlight a couple of slides here with you guys. And these are all that you can find these slides most of the time in the back office stuff. I'm just going to go through a couple of different ones just so you have them. But I'm just going to make it super simple. So this is the fat burn. I have one right here. Okay, if you haven't tried it, it's a great time too. So I love what they said at the convention. They said we're going to do no shave November, but no gain November. So I thought it was kind of a fun play on words, but reality is most people in November, December gain 4 to 10 pounds. Like that, it's just the normal, right? So we want to be obviously a different company and help get people a way to where they don't gain weight, but they actually can to burn the weight. So how is this product work in a nutrigenomic type way? So a couple quick things. So we have different types of fat in our body, right? And it's, it's called white fat, brown fat, and beige fat. Bottom line is we want to have, when little babies, they have more brown type fat. So it's a faster metabolizing type of fat. As we age, we tend to accumulate extra energy in white fat. And where does it end up most of the time? On our truncal area, like trunk and glutes and thighs. Fun stuff, right? That's where that extra storage goes. So the goal is to take that white fat and turn it to beige and brown fat so it burns. Here was kind of interesting. The fat that's white has less mitochondria than the beige fat. And so for those of you maybe not know this, is that your body can use those extra calories, but it needs mitochondria to do it because it takes those, what they call free fatty acids. And that's the fuel to put into the mitochondria to make energy. Right? So you have to break it down into these little particles called free fatty acids so they can go into the assembly line to form. And the fat burn literally helps us do that. Okay. So here's just kind of a picture of what that looks like. So just like we talk about NRF2 and it activates the body's ability to make these enzymes, right? The sinatrol, which is the active ingredients that comes from basically citrus extracts, this is what actually turns on the genes to turn on the assembly lines for the body to break down these fats into free fatty acids to put that into the mitochondria to make energy. Now, how cool is that? Right? The fact is we're taking something that comes from natural sources that turned on the switches inside your cells to say, let's burn that stuff off. Okay, so the cool thing is you don't have to know all this science, right, to like take the benefit. I always find that fascinating. Thank goodness I don't have to know the Krebs cycle in order to take the benefit of making energy. I just want you to have confidence that what you have is working. Okay, and why it's working differently, because there's a lot of options out there when it comes to, hey, it's a faster metabolism thing. So this is working based on turning on the healthy genes of the body to help the body break down fats. All right, so here's a couple just kind of, I'm going to hit a couple of just studies. So basically there's multiple studies I'm going to talk about too. There's one back done in 2013. Literally, this showed that even with a no real restriction in calorie of a diet, that people dropped weight. All right, but they talked about where the weight was dropped. And then there's a follow-up study, which is what this one is. So 16-week study. So I want you to have that in mind, 16 weeks. Because I always tell people, do you want to, always want to lose weight like temporarily or permanently, right? I mean, do you want to look a certain way temporarily or permanently? So the cool thing about this study, 16-week study, using fat burn, okay, using the sinotrol and the fat burn. And what they found at the end is a couple really kind of fascinating things, right? Number one is that the body was burning 181 calories a day more at the end of that study. So doing nothing, right? So imagine that you're doing the same thing you're doing right now, but your body is more efficiently burning free fatty acids and burning basically almost 181 extra calories. Like, who wants that? Because just the efficiency of the body to break down those fats into fuel, right? That's huge. So we talk about metabolism. How many people say, well, once I hit this age, my metabolism struggled. Well, that has to do with this resting caloric burning. So just in the 16-week study, like, it showed an increase in the body's ability to metabolize fats, which is basically metabolism. An overall reduction of 5.2% or basically 4 pounds. All right. And 65% of that was lost in the trunk area, right? Which is, as for most people, when you talk about working out, where's the hardest place for people to lose that fat? It's right in that truncal area. And they also tell people, we always say in medicine, like that's the fat you don't want to have, because it's linked to all the other things you don't want to get. Right. And so knowing that it's working on that particular area and you're converting that white fat to beige fat, that means you're creating more of a long-term solution. I've seen people, like, they lose weight, they put it back on, lose weight, put it back on, because it's typically they're just dropping calories and that's it. So it's not like their body's getting more efficient, right, in burning or turning metabolism back on. It's just they're kind of restricting their calories. And unfortunately, when you do that, you change your set point. Now, here's what was fascinating in this 16-week study. Once people, where the study was over and they came off of the sinotrol, they continued to lose weight for 4 weeks. All right, because that changed the efficiency of the machine. All right, so again, going back to what we do as a company, we're the activation company, we're activating these engines in our body in order to be more efficient at burning fats. Okay. And here's kind of another of the summary that I thought was kind of fun. Just to kind of summarize. So it's been shown that this supplementation with sinotrol, which is what's in the fat burn, okay, statistically significantly total body mass loss, while the placebo group did not experience any significant variation. All right. It talked about all this was related to basically turning on the body's ability to basically burn that is turn to fuel. And the nice thing is they had no abnormal reactions, so no side effects, which is important, because a lot of fat burns that you read about or people have tried, they're typically stimulants by nature, and a lot of times there are side effects associated with that. With this, there are no adverse reactions recorded. All right. So here it kind of goes back to this. So healthy weight management, it's not a sprint. It's right. It's a marathon. It's a long-term scientifically formulated solution designed to support your body's ability to burn fat with ingredients like sinotrol, green coffee bean extract. So you'll notice in this, there's what's called green coffee bean extract, and that helps enhance So you'll see some weight loss formulas, that's all they use is green coffee bean extract. And we know with everything that LifeVantage looks at, they look at synergy, right? Our focus is always on synergy. And so when you look at what's in the ingredients in fat burn, it has the green coffee bean in it that allows it, the synitol to work more effectively. So if your solution is to lose weight for a period of time, this will help you get there, right? But you can also use it as something used in conjunction with all your other routines of doing, all right? And so I always tell people, like, you want to make sure you're changing. Well, here's one of the downsides with weight loss. How many people have lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight? And it seems like it always comes back and comes back at a higher set point. All right. The reason why that is when you take, and let's say you're eating 2,500 calories, I'm going to drop down to 1,500 until I lost the weight. Right. Well, now you just told your body that I'm going to function on 1,500 calories. So when you go back to 2,000, guess what's going to happen? It's going to turn it back on to storage. But if you can improve the efficiency of the machine in burning calories by turning the genes on that are responsible for burning the calories, you can have you're resetting metabolism, right? That's super, super critical to understand. So having something like fat burn is going to allow us to turn the efficiency of the machine back on, to taking the body, converting that storage fat into something your body can physically break down. Okay, so highly effective. And I like the fact that we have these studies now to point to us as of why this is. Maybe many of you have been a part of the company and didn't really use it much before, and we didn't have the studies to kind of show us what this. Well, now we understand what it is and why we, as LifeVantage, being the activation company, is focused on helping people do this. So you have a huge opportunity this next month and really the next couple of weeks, because I always find it interesting that flu season shows up this time of year. It's just odd to me that somehow the flu knows that come October, November, December, it's time for it to come back. All right. So I love the fact that LifeVantage is saying that, taking a whole different paradigm and saying, look, we want to turn no shave November into no gain November. Right. So if we go with the intent in that we don't want to gain, we're going to lose weight in November, we're going to have very different results come next month or next year. Okay, so that's the mindset we have, and we're going to use the fat burn to help us do it. So if you have a family member that maybe this time of year they always struggle with that, or maybe as you yourself do, well, great. This is a great thing that you can add to your routine. Super, super simple, right? That's going to help you turn on the body's ability to burn the fat, and especially that abdominal fat. Okay, and why not now? This is the perfect time of year to do it. Like, let's not wait till January, right? Like, let's start now. Okay, let's start today. Okay, because most people don't have a plan, right? To start, here's our plan, right? When it comes to, like, we're no gain November. That's who we are, activation company. Here's how you can start doing this. It's just wonderful. We have this science to back it up. Okay, super, and it's simple. Like, and even the 2013 study, guess what? They didn't change the caloric intake, and the exercise was only 30 minutes a week. Right, so it'd be very easy to add a couple other things on top of that, right? And see even better results. Okay, so I'm going to transition from that into daily wellness. All right, I love daily wellness. Okay, I used it a long time. For years in my practice, I'd always try to find a powder or something like that to use with my patient base, especially with kids. So those of you who are familiar with daily wellness, okay, if you look at what's in it, this is the new one. This is my new bottle, right? If you haven't tried it yet, it's awesome. Okay, it's really, really good warm, and it's really, really good with the Axial lemonade. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's a great combo. Okay, but if you look at the ingredients, it's vitamin C, it's zinc, it's vitamin D. Most people are familiar with those three things, right? And if you're not getting enough of that into your routine and diet, we need to. Okay, those are very common things. But just like we are with LifeVantage Activation Company, we could look at what ingredients can we combine, right, to get a synergistic effect. Like I said before, there's a reason why the flu shows up this time of year. And it's not because it's their relatives and they just show up this time of year. All right. The flu shows up this time of year because people become susceptible because of the choices that they make. What happens this time of year? We got Halloween, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we got New Year's. I mean, you want to slam the body, slam it. Okay. On top of that, bring your relatives over. Perfect, right? Now we're stressed out. Okay. So if you want to be proactive in having some solutions for you and your family, this is a super, super easy and simple way of doing that. Okay. So when it comes to the immune system, having a healthy immune system, you need vitamin C, you need zinc, you need vitamin D, right? Straight up. You have to have those for your immune system to work properly. Okay. So what about the two other things? Elderberry. If you go to PubMed.gov and you type in elderberries, there's so many, there's over 1,300 studies talking about elderberry in the immune system, right? Powerful, 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 right? And then you throw in what's, the yeast extract, which is, it's a postbiotic. So the postbiotic, guys, is the end result of a healthy gut, right? Postbiotic, if you think about postbiotic, it's the end of a healthy gut. So when your gut is healthy, it makes things that keep your immune system happy. All right. So with this in here, the postbiotic is a fantastic, cool study just in and of itself. Like literally, there's 8 human studies alone on the ingredient that's in this that was with the yeast extract. And I'm just kind of throw this out here. Most people think, "What? I can't take yeast." Okay, yeast is bad. No. Okay, you guys know when you take a probiotic, you're taking a bacteria. You take a probiotic, that is a bacteria. There are healthy bacteria and some bacteria that's not so healthy. You have enough of the right healthy bacteria, it keeps the bad bacteria in check. So for instance, lactobacillus, it fights against yeast albicans, Candida albicans. Good lactobacillus, it keeps the Candida albicans in check. If you don't, guess what you get? You get yeast infections and all sorts of other stuff. All right. So there are very, very important types of yeast your body needs in order to do its job. Okay, that's called a postbiotic. So when your gut is healthy, you can make those things. So super cool story when it comes to this one. Like literally, this product kind of fun because it kind of came by accident in a way. In that literally when they were making this product, not for animal use, it was for animal use, not for human use. Literally, what they found is the people that were in the plants where the stuff was being made didn't get sick. And that doesn't make sense. Like people that are in the office were getting more sick during flu season, but the people that working in the plant were not. Well, what they found is that as workers were in and they started doing studies on this stuff for immune health, they found out it was helping the immune system. And so the workers were just breathing it in. And because they were breathing it in, it was taking, getting their mucous membranes, and it kept it healthy. So what I love about this, and the way this formula was made, it takes into account the idea of we need the attacking part of the immune system. That's the kind of vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin D, and you need the protective or barrier part of the immune system, which is the postbiotic. If your gut is healthy, that's where literally 70% of your immune system lives. Then as you get exposed, and again, most things we get exposed to, right, when it comes to like insults from like the outside world, are breathed in or eaten, right? That's where most of the insult happens with us, right? I don't think too many of us are injecting bacteria into our body, right? It's just not a super common thing to have happen, but we breathe it in and we eat it. So if you have a healthy gut, and you have a healthy mucous membrane, which is the vitamin C, the zinc, and the vitamin D, and the postbiotic, your body's gonna have a much more healthy response to be able to handle the insult, right? So for me personally and my family, like I use this all year long. Really, I do. It's actually the other one. This is the new flavor, right? For limited time offering, which I love this flavor. I might stock up on this, okay? Because I love lemon, I love ginger. Okay, there's some actually good health benefits that in and of itself. So I literally mix my prebiotic all the time with my daily wellness, right? Super common. A lot of times I'll make some Axial. So a couple simple ways to apply this for you personally. Like for me, I mix this with my Axial. My lemonade Axial. That's my morning thing because I love lemonade Axial, and this has got a really nice flavor to it. Simple and easy. A lot of times with the daily wellness, I would actually mix that with the protein shake. Super common. So if you have kids, if you've had little people, right? When one little people gets sick, what happens to the rest of them? And when you send one little people to preschool, what happens? They bring something home. Okay, and it's not always a friend. So, and when I had littles, when one kid started going down, all of them got the dream every single time. So this one, I mean, what I had before is what I had. This is way more powerful and the combination is phenomenal. And so like I just put it into like I used to with my little kid, and I tell my parents this now, like literally mix this into like a batch and everybody gets a shot. Right? So out the door they go. Or they come in, right? Great, easy, simple thing to do. In the summertime, if it's like if you want something fun to do, I would mix it for my kids. I would mix this type of stuff up and I put it in popsicles. I know I'm boring. I give them like healthy popsicles, right? But for adults, guys, this is super easy to add into any of your routine. If you're somebody that likes something warm in the morning, like throw it into something warm. It's really, really good. I wouldn't go scorching hot, like just you don't want to go hot, scorching hot, but like warm, it's really good, and it's just super easy to get it into the person. So very simple strategy. So right now, just so you know, like that funny holiday that people love, where you eat just a crud load of sugar, is Monday, which means they've already started pounding the candy corn, right? It's flat out. Like I'm seeing wrappers everywhere. So if you want to help your family and friends right now that are going to have some sick kids, right, coming up, or you yourself are one of those, candy eaters that you buy the Halloween candy early because you start eating early. I know you're out there, right? Well, now is the time to hit the daily wellness, right? And start putting that in your body so that you're not going to get sick. And the funny thing is, well, if you're doing this, people will crave sweets less. A healthy gut, you'll crave way less sweets. Combine that with the fat burn, right, where your body's metabolism is burning fats, you're not going to crave fats. You're not going to crave sugars as much. So that's just a highlight of the background of the science, right? You don't have to know the science, just know that it works nutrigenomically, the fat burn does, and just know that if you're not being proactive with your immune system, you're gonna need to be you're gonna have to be reactive. And so me personally, if you're reactive in your immune system, let's say you're starting to feel sick, I'm gonna double up on this. Right? If you're starting to feel cruddy, like you don't wait, like double up on that. For me, I personally double up on the nerve too, also, like because if you're already feeling it, guys, it's too late, right? You're already kind of losing the battle, right? So, but be proactive. And then if you, for me personally, like if I'm going to go visit relatives or I'm going to, be around family where I know somebody's probably not sick, or if I'm flying an airplane, guess what I'm drinking? Right? Super, super easy way for us to be proactive. And I know that many of you guys have kids on here, like Susie. I know she does it with her kids. Like it's super easy to do. So Leslie, I'll turn it back over to you, but please guys, get this in your families, like friends, like now. And give them a tool that they don't have that's a super, super easy, and take advantage of that limited time flavor, because if not, I'm going to buy them all.
So good, Dr. Brett. Yeah, I love that you brought up the part about sugar too, because that's something that I've been trying to tell people for years, because if it starts at Halloween and then we eat all these sweets through the holidays between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then people get sick at that time, but they refuse to stay home at Christmas and they refuse not to shop. And so you're very vulnerable at that time. So if you want to really boost your immune system, just set aside the sweets, like eat a piece of pie on Thanksgiving Day, and then just don't keep it at your house if you can, because it's going to be a game changer for you and your family.
Show this one. This right here, guys, is a chunk of fat. Right. So guess what? That's only a pound. Okay. So for your body to break this down, it has to break it into little tiny particles, the free fatty acids. That's what the fat burn does. That's why it's hard to get rid of, is no matter how much you're working out, having something that turns on the enzymes of the body to help the body break this down is critical. Sorry, I was going to show there's kind of a good visual for people. My bad.
Very good. I'm going to date myself. If you watched Oprah roll out a 5-pound fat on a wagon, a red wagon, you know all about that. All right. Well, my job is to teach you guys a little bit about the marketing and what's coming down the pipeline here. I know they're marketing this as a No Gain November, but you don't have to wait till November to start promoting this. If you guys have looked in One Person Big Difference, I've already went through and put up some social sharing things for you guys today. And so we're going to go through really quick. I'm going to share my screen here really quick. I just put these in my Facebook page. So this is not even a slide deck. So you guys bear with me. This is the starter bundle for No Gain November. I went ahead and made these slides and tagged on the savings because people love to see those savings when you're posting them or when you're putting them in your stories. So you get the fat burn and the NRF2, and you get free shipping on that. And that's a $21 in savings. So that one is going to be $99 in case you're following along here. Second is your advanced bundle. You get $29 in savings on that. It's 10% off. You get Axio. You get to pick your flavor of Axio. I actually upsold my mom today on this. She is very excited about this and excited about free shipping. So what is shipping right now? Like $12.99 is what you pay for shipping. So you're saving quite a bit with the shipping and the savings on the bundle. So you can get the fat burn, the Axio, and the NRF2. So grab that one. Next one is the ultimate bundle. You again get to pick your Axio flavor. You get the fat burn, you get the NAD and the NRF2. You're going to save $36 on that. That ultimate bundle is $180.99. And the advanced bundle, I forgot to mention, is $144.42. So $36 on that one. Don't forget you've got your metabolism essential stack. These are stacks that we've already had. These are also on sale. Fat burner, NRF1, NRF2, $27.50 in savings. That one runs $136.49. And guys, these are through November 21st. It is not through the end of the month. So make note of that. You're actually getting an extra week, which could be a full 30 days if you get started with these now. The Physique IQ system, also $29.50 in savings. You're saving 17% on that. It's going to be $148.49 if you're taking notes. And again, you're saving $29.50 on that one. And then the wellness stacks. So your Activate Daily Wellness stack is going to save you $18. It's going to be $90.49. That's a great deal on that. I was excited to see that one. And then the Immune Health stack. You're going to save $22.50 on that one, and it's going to run $133.49. And that one includes the probiotics. So you want to go ahead and hit that gut, get off the sugar, and the daily wellness. And then if you want to tag in a fat burner, you can do that as well. So with that being said, those slides, I will post those in One Person Big Difference as soon as we get off of here. They're ready to go. What are our goals? Our goals are to upsell the current, win back the old, and acquire the new. How are we going to do that, right? You're going to get into your app. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but when you get into your app, you can filter by product and you can see who's on what product. So that's one way to do it. Another one is to write down every name in your app and just reach out and say, hey, we have a sale right now going on, because people love saving money, right? And you can just reach out to a couple people a day. You can host meetings and set up tastings, and your tastings, you can set up a glow meeting, but also have the daily wellness out hot and cold for people to try as well. You'll be able to talk about the fat burners of that and what's on sale at that time. Let's see here. Create a graphic to send out in your app. I love to do that. Just create a little graphic that has pictures of me on it holding product and let them know that shipping is free and what that product does. So especially if you're going through and filtering through to see who's on what product, if you have somebody who's only ordering daily wellness, you may want to say, hey, you can get NRF2 with that as well at a discounted price. So, and vice versa. Hey, you're on NRF2, you want to boost your immune system through the holidays, cut out sugar and add this in, take the tips that Dr. Brimhall gave you. So that's all I have as far as, the stacks and what we need to do is upselling. So basically fortune's in the follow-up, and basically the magic happens in Messenger, right? So it's time for everybody to get either in their text box or into Messenger and start reaching out and, figure out how many people you have in your app. If you have, 70 people, then you need to be reaching out to 10 a day for the next 7 days to really crank it out for the rest of the month. So just depends on how much impact you need to make, and if you're running for a promotion and all those good things. So does anybody have any questions? Any questions from me or Dr. Brett? I know there were some questions in the thread here, Dr. Brett. Somebody had asked why Sinatrol, why not do the straight Sinatrol rather than our fat burner? And I think you answered that with the Synergy
question. So actually that's you look at, so most of the ingredients you look at in even the field I'm in, you'll see a lot of people, they'll just take an ingredient, right, and they'll repackage it. What LifeVantage does, and this you look at it kind of across the board, they're always looking, hey, So here's a really, really unique ingredient, yet if we take these several and we combine them together, what the synergy we get, and they enhance each other. So that's why.
Do you remember somebody asked too the length of the study for the 5% weight loss? Was it 16 weeks?
16 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
16
that's the only other questions I've seen. Anybody else have any questions?
And I like that pointing that out for 16 weeks, guys. Like we're not the one thing I love about LifeVantage is we're not what I call weight loss company, right? And what I mean by that is we're really about, lifestyle, understanding the process. Because when you look at this, what it's doing, and there's actually one of the other studies literally shows how it improved so many other things from the markers, inflammation, the decrease in oxidative stress, just the stenotol itself. So there's a lot of health benefits. So when we're doing something at LifeVantage, we're focused on improving the whole person. So you look at the stacks, like and how they work together. That's why we get the results we are. And so like as I thought about this week, like I'm like, oh, freaking Halloween's coming. I hate that holiday, like with a passion. Just because of I get so many sick kids that come after an adults, right? So here's the perfect opportunity for me. And so guess what I have on my front desk? There's a thing of daily wellness sitting there, right? And a thing of fat burn sitting there. I want people thinking proactively because they know they're going to get sick, right? So one of the questions I would text your people, is that like, hey, what's your game plan this year to stay healthy during the crazy? What's your game plan to keep the flu bug down? Like, what's your strategy, right? To so that you're all set up for being healthy, like whatever it is. Like to me, I like having like what's your strategy so you don't get sick, or what do you normally do? That's something you can post. Hey, what do you normally do to keep your kids healthy when they're eating the crap, right? Or whatever you want to say. Maybe you don't say quite like that, right? Well, you can say crack and you put candy corn crack. That could be funny, but like something like that to get that interest, because people are looking for solutions that are healthy, that are tested, that are proven. And we have a great solution, right? And it's a very simple, easy, and palatable. And a lot of kids, like, they're not going to do it because it doesn't taste good. Well, holy smoke, man, if you don't like that, you got issues, right? Oh, anyway, that's just, I would just kind of have fun with it. Like, just have fun with it that way. Because I think people are looking. I mean, they want. And what if you're going to go visit your elderly? I'd maybe say that. Hey, you know what? Are you concerned about your elderly family right now, and they have the kids come around them, right? What's your strategies to keep kids healthy so you see grandpa and grandpa, like just little phrases like that, or to get people to tie into that emotions of like, oh yeah, I need to have a strategy. So hopefully that's helpful.
Very helpful. Anybody else have any more questions? We're at 10:02. We did good, Dr. Brett.
You guys need to smile more. Come on. What is it, late out there?
Wondering if the fat burn helps or hinders a keto diet.
I didn't quite, what was the question? That the fat burn what?
Helps or hinders a keto diet. It's in somebody put it in the chat.
Oh, helps with the keto diet? Well, I mean, it's not, I don't really have an answer. Like, I don't know per se. When you're trying to build ketosis, right? You're trying to get the body to break down fats. So in theory, yeah, it's going to enhance the keto diet. I mean, it's not non-keto, right? Because the non-keto would be some type of sugar base, and there's nothing in that would be like keto, would cause it to go out of keto. I think that's just my off the top of the head thought.
That's a good one.
Any other questions? Okay, you guys are awesome. Like, please, you make a difference. Believe me, you make a difference. When you get out there and you talk to families and stuff that are looking for solutions, just ask those couple questions, two questions. I say, hey, what's your strategy to keep you and your family healthy this holiday season? What's your strategy to make sure the kids are healthy? So to come around holidays, the grandpa and grandma are fine. Or hey, what's your plan for grandpa and grandma? What are they doing to keep that, that out? Keep them from getting sick, because that's a concern right now. So
Very
anyway,
big concern.
and it's gonna help people. Like, you have that as a solution. How about you serve that at your Halloween and Thanksgiving party, daily wellness, lemon, ginger flavored, and not what else you're gonna serve, right, Troy? Okay, I'm gonna get in
That's
trouble.
right.
I'm sure
And from
Sean
a mark-
Michelle is gonna get mad at me.
From a marketing standpoint too, just understand that when you're trying to promote these products, your job is to provide solutions, right? If you don't know how to do that, then get out your notebook and write down, what are the things that I'm most concerned about that I need help with in my life? And that's a great way to brainstorm that out. And then when you see that question, you're like, okay, now I know exactly what I need to post because this is what I need, you know? So make sure that you're thinking in those kinds of directions. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up. Dr. Brett, thank you so much. We appreciate you. You always bring so much value to the table. And guys, we will be looking for you online to be helping people get off sugar and help their gut and stay healthy through the holiday season. We'll see you guys later. Bye.